It's time to take a look inside ECSU Mighty Vikings football. Welcome to Viking Coaches Show with Marcus Hilliard on WRVS 89.9.
It's about the time for the 2023-24 season, and the ECSU Mighty Vikings will kick it off this Saturday. Well, we're going to go inside Mighty Vikings football here today. Welcome to a brand new edition of Viking Coaches Show with ECSU football head coach Marcus Hilliard. Coach, happy to see you. Obviously, the summer is over, and it's time for a new football season. The first game's crept up on us kind of quickly, but I'm sure you're excited to kick off the season this Saturday in Roebuck.
Yeah, man, it's great to be back, man, and that was a wonderful introduction, man. But yeah, it's here.
Yeah,
it's here, man, and we're excited. We were having a countdown. You know, we were saying it's 30 days away,
yes.
16 days away. Now it's 5. So, you know, it's here, man, and we're ready. But it's an exciting time, you know, to be a Mighty Viking.
Yeah, I am excited too. And listeners, don't forget we are doing this live. So that means we're looking for call-ins to take place. If you want to call in and talk with Coach Hilliard, you can give us a call at 855-899-WRVS. That's 855-899-9787. Now, Coach Korch, I want to thank you so much for making this show happen as you always do and talking to the listeners. Let's go ahead and talk a little bit about your first season at the helm of Vikings football. And, you know, you called it a learning process with some ups and downs. And I want you to delve into that a little bit more. What did you learn about yourself, your coaching staff, and really the program overall last season that will help you get success this season?
Yeah, it was definitely a learning experience. One thing it taught me that you got to be ready for any obstacle that's thrown your way. You know, we had some ups and downs, even from a staff standpoint, you know, just some different changes and guys going up to Division I level, which is great, but, you know, kind of leaves us in a bind sometimes.
Yeah.
So we've had to adapt to everything, and even on the field, you know, just some of those games we talked about, man, you know, I just still think of that Bowie game. You know, and it just being tied up with a minute left in the fourth quarter.
Stays on your mind, don't it?
It stays with me, man, and just not being able to finish. So, you know, just understanding how to, you know, finish games and getting us past or over that hump, you know, and that's one of the lessons that I could take from season 1. And that's what we're working for year 2. Yeah.
You're rolling into your second year, of course, as head coach, and the offseason, preseason. It's a time for the players individually and as a team, you know, just to prepare and get ready for the new season. How have workouts been over the past few weeks? And were there any specific goals that you had in mind for the student athletes?
Well, workouts have been awesome thanks to AD DuBose. We were able to have 50 guys here on campus this summer.
Nice.
I think that was one of the changes that we made where we said, man, if we want to be a premier program, we got to have the guys here training. So we had over 50 guys here for the summer, and it led right into our training camp. So we were able to have kids here on campus train, understand what we're doing offensively and defensively, and, you know, roll right into the season. So we hadn't had to spend a lot of time trying to get them conditioned because, you know, they're pretty much at a point. We also brought in a lot of new guys. So that helped too with bringing those guys in that, you know, weren't a part of the program last year and helping them to understand the offense and the defense. So it has helped tremendously, man. It's been going great. Of course, you cannot never out-train the 100-degree weather. You know, you just got to adapt to it. And, you know, we've had some times where, you know, we got what the trainers will call the wet bulb treatment, where, you know, you have to stop practice at a certain point, and they, you know, you just have to start removing certain items, practice items. But we were able to overcome that, and, you know, we're prepared. We're ready.
Yeah. It's Viking Coaches Show with yours truly, Clay Mercer, and ECSU football head coach Marcus Hilliard. One important piece to the winning puzzle is to have leadership. And I want to talk a little bit about leadership right now, and that can come in various players. Everybody on the team probably wants to be a leader, but one of the leaders on the field is usually your quarterback at all times. And this season you'll have the experience at that position returning with Chase Williams. How much of a jump are you expecting Chase to make from freshman to sophomore?
Well, like I said at the CIAA press conference, man, we had to throw him in the fire early. You know, being a true freshman, man, he really stepped up to the plate and, like I said, year one, he adapted. And this year, a lot is going to be thrown on his plate, but I know he can handle it. He's a very mature young man, and he's able to understand what we're trying to do offensively, and looking for him to take that next step to be an all-conference guy, an all-American guy. And he studies the game. He does everything the right way. So we just got to put it all together on the field, and, looking for him to take that jump.
Yeah, you talked about that last year. He does everything the right way, and he seems to be kind of in a groove right now about who he is. You knew who he was when he came in as a freshman. He showed, different flashes of what you all saw to bring him in at quarterback, and I'm sure you're expecting to see more of those flashes more often, more consistently for his sophomore year.
Yeah, definitely. We saw flashes, and even in practice, he's shown some flashes, and we just want to make sure he stays healthy. And like I said, he's a student of the game, man. So he's going to do everything the right way. The biggest thing for him is just working consistency, being consistent. And not having that downplay. We're in the drive, and making sure we get points. So that's been the focus for him for this summer camp, man. But I'm excited to see him really do well this year.
Obviously, in order for Chase to kind of have the time he needs to find his receivers and pass that ball in the pocket, the offensive line needs to be strong. And you working with the team during this preseason. How do you feel about the offensive line, and what changes have you made? Players that you may have brought in to shore up that offensive line to make sure he's protected.
Well, offensive line wise, we feel really good about them. We've got one of our guys that had to sit out last year, Jonathan Buskey. He's going to be on the team this year. Really excited about him. We got a guy that played for us last year, true freshman Brandon Snade, that has really shown what he can do during this camp, and he's really been a great asset. Ashton Anchetta's been a guy who lost 70 pounds, man. He came in. You could just see his commitment, his focus. Yeah. And those guys are ready to hold us down on our offensive line, man. And I'm excited about them. That, they work hard. It's hard work, and no excuses from those guys. And they come to work every day. They can be chippy, which I don't mind as an offensive lineman. They get in your face some, and I have to calm them down. But I'm just ready to see those guys really do the thing on Saturday.
Yeah, I am too. I'm getting more and more excited as we talk. Aside from Chase, which players do you expect to step up as leaders this season for the team?
Oh, man. Don't want to leave nobody out. But some of the guys that make some plays consistently. We got to transfer Ian Edwards, man. He's lightning in the bottle, man. And you're going to see he plays wide out for us, and he can do it all. You're going to see him on kickoff. You're going to see him at wide out.
He's one of those.
He's one of those guys, and he may be the fastest guy on our team.
Wow.
Also, Quinzel Lockhart, man, he's a transfer for us that's going to do well. In the backfield, man, Darian King, he's special. He's special, and we got some backs that can all get it done, man. Darian King, Rashad Biggs, Adams Duxon, Brayson Seaborn. Hey, man, I just like where we're going. Even Dexter Ivey, our tight end, man, he is developing, tremendously, man. So I'm excited for the offense, man. I like for us, it's just being consistent, man, and just making sure that we can move the ball. I think some of the times last year you saw that we will stall, but this year, man, I'm excited for it, man. If we can consistently move the ball, man, you're going to see how we light up the scoreboard this year.
I like it. I like hearing that. We talked about experience, and you do have some players that will be returning at key positions. Speak on the importance of having experienced players and balancing them with a new talent coming in.
Yeah, just continuity, man. Those guys play together. Like I said, from an offensive line standpoint, and I said this at the CIAA, we started a lot of true freshmen last year. And like the legendary Joe Taylor said, anytime you start a freshman, man, you can count that as a loss. And I would laugh at that. I'm like, man, he was true. He was on to something with this. We started a lot of true freshmen last year. So now seeing those guys mature year two and taking that step, and now we're able to add in some pieces to help them, man. You're starting to see how we're building this team and building this program, man. And, shout out to the coaches, man. I gave them almost an impossible task. Go get guys, because, when you haven't been winning a lot, man, it takes a lot to try to recruit people to come to the school, man, and relentlessly they did the job, man, just trying to find certain pieces that fit our program, man, and just, kudos to them for doing that thing, man.
Yeah, that's wonderful. And obviously, the team will look a little bit different without all CIAA linebacker Wanye Majette, but he had a wonderful career here at ECSU. What do you need to see from your defense to help fill the void left by the mayor of Roebuck?
Yeah, that will be a loss for us. And Wanye, I just actually talked to him not too long ago, man. Yeah, mm-hmm. And great kid, man, still trying to do the next level thing, man. So excited for him. But it will be a loss. But we got some guys, man, that can step in right away and fill the shoes. One of them that I took with me to the CIAA, Tracy White, man, and mm-hmm. He's changing his number this year.
What?
So the guys are into the numbers.
Here
man.
We go.
So he'll be wearing number 1 this year.
Okay.
And his sidekick, Demorian Smith,
mm-hmm.
he's wearing 0, man. Those guys can get it done,
mm-hmm.
and we feel good about it. Those are both transfer guys, but they were with me last year,
sure.
So they understand the system. And we also got a new defensive coordinator, man. The guys
mm-hmm.
are buying in, man. You hear us saying things like spot the ball, code blue. That's our new mantra on defense, mm-hmm. and you'll see those guys really, man. When those guys making plays, you'll see on the sideline they chant D, he, like nice. It's a different feel, man. Yeah. And Coach Castillo has brought some new energy and life into the defense, man. So I'm excited about it. And again, we still got guys that played for us mm-hmm. last year that were young, and now year 2. We'll see where they are. So I feel good about it.
Yeah. Viking Coaches Show. Yours truly, Clay Mercer, with ECSU football head coach Marcus Hilliard. I know how important defense is to you. I was holding it off, but I know defense is, you feel it. I know you love that, and I'm sure you're not satisfied with the team last season, that giving up an average of 37 points per game. But are you happy with what you've seen over the past few weeks leading into Saturday's game?
Man, that's a tough number, man. I don't know if I gave up that many points in my career, man. That's tough, man. I am happy. I know it will be change. You could just see the energy on defense. We got a lot of different concepts that we're running. And like I said, Coach Castillo has came in and implemented his blueprint, and the guys have bought into the system, man. And you can see the energy. You come to practice, man, it's intense.
Yeah,
it's intense. Yeah. And we make it like that because when we get into the game, like I told you earlier, man, if you're prepared, you don't worry about anything else. You just got to execute. And those guys have bought into they have been drinking the Kool-Aid that mm-hmm. Coach Castillo has been providing for them, man. And, I do know it won't be 37 points a game that we're giving up defensively. As you know, I'm a defensive guy, man, so that just stings a little bit. But I'm excited about it, man. Those guys have been making plays all summer, and I'm excited to see what they're going to do with it when the lights come on.
Exciting is the word that he continues to use, and he's getting me more and more excited as we talk. It's Viking Coaches Show, and this Saturday the Vikings will open up the season at home. I'm excited. We got more home games this year, so we're going to have a little bit of fun with that. We'll talk about that and more. And listeners, do not forget, you can give us a call at 855-899-9787 to talk to Coach Hilliard. Ask him questions, have a little bit of fun with him. We'll take your calls here. It's Viking Coaches Show. We got more in store coming up next.
Do you have a question or comment for Coach Hilliard? Call into the show, 855-899-WRVS.
You're ready to become a scholar. It's time for you to earn your bachelor's or master's degree. At Elizabeth City State University, we're proud of our strong academic programs. We offer 28 bachelor degrees and 4 master's degrees. ECSU also offers flexible online courses to help you achieve your goals. Start the process today. Call 800-347-3278 or find us online at ecsu.edu.
Hi, it's Rachel Martin with NPR's Morning Edition. If you happen to get a new car over the weekend, or you're planning to get one soon, and you're wondering what to do with the old one, you could try to sell it if you've got the time, or you could simply call this station and arrange to have it picked up and sold, with proceeds going to support your favorite programs. Get started today.
Call 866-789-8627 and find us online at ecsu.edu/WRVS.
From the football field to the radio, this is Viking Coaches Show on WRVS 89.9.
Welcome back to Viking Coaches Show with Marcus Hilliard, head coach of ECSU Vikings football. I want to take a little bit of time, Coach, and show some love to the ECSU volleyball team. Just recently announced 6 student athletes were selected to the CIAA all preseason team, and that is exciting. We had a championship year last season. I think they were predicted to be number 2 in the CIAA, but I think they're probably wrong on that. We'll be number 1 again, but the volleyball team will be participating at the Fairmont State Volleyball Classic this weekend. So good luck to our volleyball team, and I'm sure you wish them good luck too.
Yeah, Coach Downer, she's come in and, like I told her, man, just continue to keep the tradition of winning, man. But excited for them. And, we should have been number 1. I think they had Shaw ahead of us. And we beat Shaw last year. So the girls, there'll be a chip on their shoulders. I know so. We'll do well.
Yeah, I think we're going to be doing well, too, this Saturday. Game 1 of the brand-new season. Before I get to the game, though, Coach, earlier today you were in Rocky Mount, the press conference with the Down East Viking Football Classic. Obviously, Saturday is your focus, the first game, but the Down East Viking Football Classic set for September 9th as the Vikings match up with St. Augustine's. Talk a little bit about your experience at the press conference.
Yeah, it's always a good experience. Got put on the spot, DuBose. Made a bold prediction, but like I said, man, it's something great for the city of Rocky Mount, and just to be a part of that classic, planning that classic, and like I said at the press conference, one thing I do want to do is the chancellor spoke to me last week and just saying, Coach, I never wanted Down East, so I want to change that for her.
Yeah.
Not just for us, but just change that for her, get her first Down East Classic win. So that is the goal. But of course, we have to worry about week 1 first.
Yeah,
we have to focus on this week. But it's always a good time in Rocky Mount, a press conference. It's all for giggles and grins until September the 9th.
That is correct. And before we get to September 9th, obviously the Vikings open up the season this Saturday. Roebuck Stadium will be rocking as you welcome Catawba College at Elizabeth City. Kickoff set for 1 p.m. Catawba, Division II team out of the South Atlantic Conference, coming in off of a 1-10 season. And looking at the schedule, it would be easy for anybody to overlook that team. But, of course, this is the first game, and the Vikings want to set the tone from game 1.
Yeah. Traditionally, the SAC has had the CIAA's number, and this is a game that we strategically wanted to see where we were, against a SAC opponent, and Catawba, they had their ups and downs last year, but traditionally they've been a pretty solid team, and of course they got a new coach, Coach Haynes, coming in from Shepherd, where they were quarterfinalists, so he knows, in the playoffs, so. He knows how to win. They got some new coaches there from D1. So, he knows how to put a team together. So this will be a tough test just to see kind of where we are and how we stack against other conferences in the Division II level.
Obviously, Catawba is going to be scrappy. On a 10-game losing streak, any team on a 10-game losing streak wants to get that next win. So they're going to come in and throw everything against the wall. Of course you want to win, but what else will you be looking for from the team, both offensively and defensively, from this first game?
Like I said, man, execution. They're going to make some plays. I mean, they're college football players, too. They're going to make some plays. We just got to make more of them. And that was the message even at practice today. We're going to be prepared. All I need for you guys is just do your job. Yeah. Make the plays, be consistent in making plays, and we'll win the game. Yeah. And it's pretty much is no rah-rah, like you said. Catawba's going to come in here. They're on a 10-game losing streak. Of course, they're going to throw the kitchen sink at us. Yeah. And we're prepared for any situation. And I just told the guys, just execute. Just calm down, execute. And that's the thing for me. I'm not really worried about what Catawba is doing. It's just my team. And just making sure that we're healthy on Saturday and that we execute, we'll be fine.
Yeah. Catawba obviously coming in. Game 1 of the brand new season kicks off 1 p.m. over at Roebuck Stadium. Pre-game here on WRVS 89.9 will begin at 12:30. And we'll bring you the game from start to finish. And obviously, we want everybody to come out to Roebuck Stadium. Season tickets still available. Single game tickets, parking passes, everything that you need is available online at ECSUVikings.com. And, Coach, I want you to take a little bit of time and talk to the Viking faithful. We got a lot of alumni that are listening right now. They're not calling in the way I want them to, but we got a long season ahead. So we know we're going to get some calls here soon. And, again, listeners, if you ever want to reach out to Coach Hilliard during the show, reach us at 855-899-9787. Coach, talk a little bit to the Viking fans, the Viking alums, and get them ready for the kickoff this Saturday.
Yeah, I need them in a place to be. Grab those season tickets. We've been having sales, but it's about the support of our students when they see that blue in in the stands and they see you, it takes us to a different level, man. And definitely need the support of not only just our fans, the community, our faculty and staff, just coming in and it just changes the games for us, and seeing, because Catawba's going to bring their fans. They have already told us they're going to bring.
Oh, they're bringing a few. They're bringing a busload.
They're bringing a busload. So we can't be outnumbered. I need for the Viking faithful to stand up and show out and show them that real Viking pride. So I'm calling on all the fans, the faculty, community, everybody, come to the game, be early. Right? Let's celebrate. It's a great experience. You can bring your family, you can bring the kids. We have something for everybody. You might not watch football, but it's music, it's vendors out there. Of course it's about the game, but it's a community event. So I'm just calling all the fans and all the people who support the program to just come out and support us.
Yeah, we're expecting a great crowd at Roebuck Stadium this Saturday as the Mighty Vikings kick off the season against Catawba. Again, you can get more details about this game, the rest of the season, as well as those season tickets online at ECSUVikings.com. As I talk about season tickets, I think that makes this guy to your left really smile from ear to ear. If you could, Coach, introduce who you have. We got a special guest with us here today.
Oh, we got the man. We got our athletic director,
yes,
man, Mr. James DuBose.
Yes.
He's on the road today, man. He made a prediction, man. I had to tell the offense, hey, look, we got to score 50 points, man.
Oh,
against,
my.
Against St.
That's
man.
Pressure.
But,
that's
he
pressure
put
right
a little
there.
pressure on us, but glad for him to be on the program today, and appreciate you, AD DuBose.
Yeah, AD DuBose, thank you so much for making everything happen and doing what you did. I know it's important for you as you talk about the game day atmosphere, for the fans, for the players, for the coaches. It's all important to you. You've been working on it since you got here to ECSU. Talk a little bit about what everyone can expect on Saturday when they walk through the gate at Roebuck Stadium.
Well, we want to give everyone a wonderful experience. It's all about the experience, yes, for our student athletes that are representing us on the football field, but we want to provide an experience for everyone that comes into that stadium. As Coach Hilliard just said, you may not like football, but we want to make sure that game day atmosphere is something that makes you really want to come back the next week. So that's what we're really trying to build. We're really trying to build something that people are excited about. It's Education Day, so we'll have visitors from our local school system. We'll have superintendents coming from neighboring counties to share with Chancellor Dixon. We're going to celebrate faculty and staff here at Elizabeth City State University. So, we want to celebrate the community, but we want to make sure that everyone's here to support our student athletes. They've been working hard all summer. They've been doing it these last couple of weeks here in the classroom and continuing to practice well, and we want to make sure that we start this season off right. We were excited to add this extra home game this year, so that was one of the things I really wanted to make sure we could do was add an extra home game because we really want the community to have an opportunity to share in all that we're doing.
Especially with last season, football teams seemed like we was on the road more than we wanted to be, and so now it's good to have more home games this year in Roebuck.
I told the people earlier we were going to win a whole lot of games this year, and we were going to win week 2 50-0. But we're going to win week 1 as well. I'm telling everybody we're going to win week 1 as well.
Coach?
So speaking into existence, man. I'm with it.
We just go do some different things here. Looking back at it over the last few years, we've been under 5 games every year for quite a while, but this is the turnaround. Our theme this year is on the rise. That's our hashtag, and ECSU football is definitely on the rise.
No question.
We're just so excited about the coaching staff, excited about the new student athletes that are here with our current and returning student athletes. So I'm looking forward to big things. Now, if they'll just let me call the first play of the season, we'll be all right.
Goodness gracious. Here we go. Let me move forward because the word excitement has come from both of you. I've heard that word excitement so much during this show. And obviously the excitement, I could hear it in you. You could tell with the excitement. I think the alumni and the fans are excited about what you've done here as athletic director. And we're looking forward to what's to come in the future. But talk about how that energy that you bring to the table just permeates through everybody, student athletes, the coaches, your staff. And obviously you can't do this by yourself. So I want you to kind of talk a little bit about that energy, how it kind of translates to success out there on the field and on the court, and then kind of talk about your team also. Like I said, it's just not you. You have a great team surrounding you.
Right. I'm blessed to have Deputy AD, the first Deputy Athletic Director here at Elizabeth City State, that is LaTanya Hilliard Gray. You know, we spend a lot of time, you know, in what I call the war room, just kind of hashing out the direction that we're going. And then we have Dr. Kimberly Miller serving as our Associate AD of Compliance, a former athletic director herself. Then we've added Destiny Martin as our business manager and also head cheer coach. So, you know, as we look at that, and then we have Ashley Frazier here as our athletic trainer, really looking at the diversity that we have amongst the team with having former student athletes, having a former coach that has 5-6 championships, you know, herself. You know, really everyone is bought into what we're trying to do, and then they make sure that everyone knows. You know, in every coaches meeting, every staff meeting, we're really trying to just share, here's where we're going. You know, one of the things I shared with Coach Hilliard when I got here, I said, you know, I want to win, but I want to make sure that I set you up to win. So I want to make sure that I give you all the tools that you need to be successful, from coaches, from scholarships, from apparel, from equipment, and then we can have a different conversation. It's hard for me to tell you, go win us 8 games that I don't give you the pieces to work with. So that's one of the things that, you know, I've taken on personally, and I challenge our athletic administration to make sure that we are giving our coaches the tools that they need to be successful, and that we're preparing our student athletes not just for competition, but for the classroom and life as well.
That's the Director of Athletics here at Elizabeth City State University, Mr. James DuBose. Thank you so much for what you do. You put a lot of pressure on my coach, man. What are we talking about? You calling the first play?
Hey, you know, I want to call the first play on offense. You know,
I'm looking at Coach.
And then, you know, I'm going to get to call the first play on defense.
Oh, goodness gracious.
And we're just going to blitz, and we're just going to throw the ball deep. That's it.
All right. So, Coach, big-time game. We're kicking off the season this Saturday against Catawba. Listeners, thank you so much for joining us here on Viking Coaches Show. You can catch me and Coach Hilliard here every Monday at 6:30. Coach, thank you so much for making this show happen, and we're looking forward to Saturday. It's going to be a lot of fun.
Definitely, man. I appreciate you for having me, man, and definitely excited about this game, and come out and support us.
Yeah, listeners, if you missed any part of today's show, you can catch this show and past shows on the WRVS 89.9 YouTube channel, as well as on our Facebook page. Again, Coach Hilliard, thank you so much. Good luck this Saturday, and we'll catch up with you on Monday.
Appreciate it, brother.
Get your tickets for ECSU football games online at ECSUVikings.com.